James, hurry up! I heard my friend Derek call out to me as I was locking my front door. Both Derek and I were on our way to visit a friend's house for a pool party. There were about 15 people invited, and I wasn't the best at social events, so a pool party was a little out of my comfort zone. It was Derek that insisted we went, and since Derek was a friend, I didn't want to let him down. When we arrived, Derek and I were shocked to see that everyone was there waiting for us. This annoyed Derek greatly, as being punctual was something he prided himself in. We got out of the car and our friend Mike, the one hosting the party, called out to us. "Dude, we've been waiting for you." We all got together, went through the house and into the back garden. If it hadn't been for the loud music and the barbecue, I would have never guessed that this was a pool party. It felt more like a gathering. It was around 10 PM when things took a turn for the worst. People started to say their goodbyes and head home. In the end, it was just Derek, Mike, 4 other girls, and me. Both Derek and Mike relished the fact that there were still 4 girls with them. But due to my lack of self-confidence, I just kept myself to myself. I was sitting down by one of the poolside tables when I saw her. In the far corner of the garden, there stood a girl in a yellow swimsuit facing away from all of us. I hadn't noticed anyone in a yellow swimsuit during the day. In fact, I had never seen this girl before in my life. Slightly creeped out, I looked over towards the others. They were all just laughing and chatting amongst themselves. None of them seemed to notice the girl. I returned my gaze towards her, and she was now facing in our direction. I couldn't quite make out her facial features, but I could clearly see that she was looking in my vague direction. "Yo, James, are you going to join us, or are you just going to sit there all night?" Mike called out to me. Unnerved, I got up, walked towards the group, and sat with them. I couldn't help but notice that the girl on the far side of the garden followed my gaze. Her eyes followed me as I walked over to the poolside. Stumped as to who she was, I pointed towards her and asked, "Who is that over there?" All of them looked in the vague direction I was pointing, and then returned a confused gaze back at me. "Ooh, are you trying to scare us?" Derek joked. A couple of the girls laughed at his remark, and for obvious reasons, I felt pretty embarrassed. I ignored the girl and tried to socialise with the others. Before I had the chance to converse, Mike spoke up and offered to put us up for the night. It was just as well, as Derek was well over the legal limit. For obvious reasons, we took Mike up on his offer. I hadn't noticed it at first, but the girl on the opposite side of the garden was now gone. I searched for her, my eyes darting all around, but she was nowhere to be seen. We all went inside and Mike put on some music. After about 5 minutes, I noticed one of the girls sitting next to Derek, looking at me inquisitively. "So, what were you talking about?" "About a girl outside," she asked. I then told them about the girl again, going into more detail than I had before. I told them what she looked like, and that she was wearing a yellow swimsuit. When I said this, I saw Mike freeze and look at me with a mix of anguish and anger in his eyes. "What the hell are you talking about? Is that meant to be some kind of joke?" Mike hissed. Everyone in the room fell silent, and even Derek appeared to hit a state of sobriety. "Don't you ever joke about my sister that way again," Mike roared. After what felt like an eternity of awkward silence, Derek and one of the other girls had managed to calm him down. The following morning, I awoke to find Derek hovering over me. I looked over at the clock that was on the far side of the room, and it was 9:30. Apparently, the girls had left about 20 minutes before I woke up. Derek and I left Mike's house approximately 5 minutes later. The thing I will never forget about that party was what Derek told me on the car journey back home. Apparently, Mike had lost his sister Abby approximately 1 year ago. One night, she was hosting a house party with all of her friends for her 21st birthday celebration. In a playful manner, one of Abby's friends pushed her into the pool. However, Abby landed awkwardly, which caused her to smack her head on the edge of the pool. and this killed her almost instantly. Derek didn't believe that I'd seen Abby's ghost the previous night, but I know I'd seen her, as I hadn't been aware of any of this. To this day, Mike avoids talking to me, and I haven't been to any pool parties since.